If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. If you've always wanted to know how to mesh community and real estate and make a bunch of money doing it, you're in the right place. On this show and this channel, we show people how to take community, social services, the love of God, and real estate and mix it all together. We teach you how to start your own independent living facility. Welcome to the show. My name is Derek Forston. Beautiful. Who are you?
I'm Shanya Shea Forston. And Derek, not only are we going to talk about that today, today's topic is the systems that run the ILF model. How do we keep this thing operating and functioning? And most people don't realize that sometimes it's not just a tangible like IT system. It is your protocol and processes that causes people to fail in this industry a lot of times. So we're going to talk about that today too.
Absolutely. And we also took probably like 4 or 5 things that I saw inside of the ILF Academy. So if you're complete new to us, we have a free Facebook group that's called the ILF Academy, and there's probably 26,000 people in that group. So if you're in the ILF Academy, feel free to come over to Forston Consultants on the YouTube channel. That's where we're live at, and I'll be able to read and see all your questions. So one more time, if you are in the ILF Academy, you come over to the YouTube channel. That way I can read all your questions. I want to greet you guys. But again, nevertheless, again, we always say, and I'm going to say it probably 3 more times today, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited about those topics that we've pulled from the ILF Academy because there's some debate on what people believe.
And what they do.
We coach this in 41 states. Shay and I are also the trademark owners of the independent living facility model. So we're super proud of that. And we go all over the world sharing this. We're going to drop some news today, some announcements. Like prime example, February the 17th, I'm teaching the independent living facility masterclass.
Correct.
It is complimentary, which means free. There's no travel required because it's online. And again, it's going to be at 7:30 p.m. So I'm giving everybody time to get home from work, get all settled in, and I'm going to pour into you guys for over 3 hours on how you can walk off your job this year if that's what you desire. Now, if you're somebody that got a great job, I want you to keep your job. We're going to teach you how to balance them both. Absolutely. But boy, if you were anything like me many years ago, I was like, man, I want to get out of here. Like, there's more to it than this 9-to-5 job, and I can make a bigger impact and a bigger income doing it with real estate, the love of God, and helping people. So one more time, if you just joined us, we're discussing independent living facilities, which is not a group home. It's not an ALF. It's not an IDD. None of those things that require a license. Now, the cool part about it, Shay and I are in the background building an association that we're all going to put some boundaries around it so that people don't get off the chain doing this thing.
Like in the group.
Right? So if you're super new to us and you don't know my original story, God just allowed me to see a lady, y'all, that was making $41,000 a month. That means every 30 days. Can you imagine making 41 grand a month? But the only difference between all of us, y'all and me, that lady was housing people in rats and roaches, and it would break your heart. And because I knew most of y'all wouldn't believe me, I took pictures of it. So it was sad to see somebody house people in such bad conditions and actually make the money that most of us dream of. If you say you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit? One more time, if you made 41 grand every 30 days, would that change your life a little bit? And then I'm going to turn it over to Shay because there's a few different directions we want to go today. And one of them is that digital flow solutions, that marketing and the system that drives this whole business. So Shay, over to you.
So the first thing I want to talk about is the system for your ILF, right? Systems your ILF is missing. The first thing is I tell people all the time, this is not a hobby, it's a business. So one of the things that people are missing is the actual software to run their business. Keep things organized, keep information in collectively in one place. And that is through digital flow solutions. So when we consult people, we make sure that they not only have the information to run their independent living facility, we also make sure that they have the systems, the software and systems to help them make the best, to be as organized as possible as an ILF owner and operator. What is digital flow solutions, Shay? It's your website. It's your business phone number. It is a CRM system, which means a customer relationship management system that allows you to see if Derek calls my business phone and then an hour later sends me a text message on that phone, and then maybe 5 hours later sends me an email. I have all of Derek's communication streamlined in one place. And it also helps me to be able to go back and make sure that I'm catching up or being responsive to the people that I'm communicating with, right? Like prime example, an AI phone agent. So if I'm unable to answer the phone because I'm here live with you all in the studio and my team's off from work, my AI assistant can answer the phone. My AI assistant can answer whatever questions you may have. And if it can't give you an answer, it's going to say, let me forward this to a team member and have someone contact you back during normal business hours. So again, it's given the responsibility. It's keeping us consistent in our communication with our clients, our case managers and social workers. So they're never missing. We're never missing a lead or an opportunity. So that's what Digital Flow Solutions does, Derek. But Digital Flow Solutions is a tremendous help. It allows for us to get rid of things like MailChimp, SurveyMonkey. We don't need DocuSign because we can do all of that stuff within our CRM. So long gone are the days of us having to, send somebody a DocuSign agreement, saving the document, and now attaching it to our Google files. Now what happens in Digital Flow Solutions is when I send that person that document, it automatically saves to their profile.
Right.
So now I don't have to worry about all of the processing of paperwork. It streamlines my administrative task. That's the best way to say it. It streamlines my administrative task.
I love that.
It automates my income. So prime example, every paycheck, every time a resident gets paid, there's either automated invoices that go out, or we can put them on auto draft payments. So now we're not having to worry about running after people for our rental income. It runs like a true business. This makes it easier for you, the individual that is running the ILF, to grow and scale.
Yeah.
With minimal staff, right? If any. So again, that's Digital Flow Solutions. And that is one of the systems your ILFs need to make it work properly, to help it be sustainable.
And let me give you guys the raunchy version of what she just said.
He likes to be
most
raunchy.
of you guys are very much like me. Shay is very techie. So let me give you the raunchy version of what she just said, right? I am not very techie, which means I'm the absolute person that needs a system like this, because when I first got into this, y'all, it was more of a hustle than a business.
Absolutely.
And that's a mistake. So lucky for me, I got a great wife, right, that's also very techie. So Shay, I'll say, beat the hustle out of me, and she bought clarity and organization. Is that a word?
Correct.
Right? And Shay is what really turned this into a business. I was hustling.
Mm-hmm.
I was hustling this. Yes, I had a big heart. Yes, I love God and love people. I love real estate and trying to change the world. But essentially, y'all, I was hustling this business versus actually really running a real business. So one more time, man, I want to see who's here that's also new to us.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people that find us all the time. So welcome to all of the new people.
Let
Nicole,
me answer this question too. Go ahead.
It's good. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I do want to answer the question from Alexis on Facebook. She says, what software do you use to automate your drafts? So again, it's going to be Stripe and it's integrated into Digital Flow Solutions. The reason why I use Stripe, and I tell people this all the time, is Stripe has a lot of safeguards in place. So Lord forbid, they have a lot of chargeback protections and things like that. And that's another reason for a CRM system, because you can, if you ever have an issue with a chargeback, that's meaning somebody goes to their bank and says, this is a fraudulent charge. If you're using other CRM systems, they don't have the support like Stripe does to say, hey, we're going to, do you want to challenge this chargeback? And having a CRM system allows me to pull all of my proof, my evidence for that chargeback dispute. And I can go back and literally send them screenshots of the communication between me and the customer. I can send them how the customer even paid, because prime example, in Digital Flow Solutions, when that draft has been set, it shows an activity. So it shows that person's IP address, all sorts of stuff. And you're now able to upload that information into that chargeback. And I know that goes over a lot of people's head because they're not used to using software and systems. But what I want you to start educating yourselves on, as entrepreneurs, you have to know how to respond to chargebacks. If you don't, it can affect your business, and it can affect the accessibility you have to other payment processors because of, a large number of chargeback incidents and X, Y, and Z. So you want to make sure that and you're informed about that, and that you know how to navigate that when it happens. Okay, so digital flow solutions with Stripe integrated. That is what we use in our
everybody. System. So here's some homework, right? And I want half of y'all to do this in faith, because some of y'all are not even ready for this right now. I want all of y'all to set up a Stripe account today. Yeah. Like, why not? It's free. You should set up a Stripe account today, maybe. Right? So I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay. So let's jump into the actual topic, which is kind of where we're at anyway.
Software
and I want to address what I may call a procedure. And some people was almost getting into a fight over this comment in the Facebook group. So if you're in my Facebook group, I'm getting ready to address something that I saw. You guys are free to stay there, but if not, definitely come over to the YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. So I saw a comment where somebody was asking, is it okay to allow your residents to have company?
Yeah.
Crazily enough, this same person was asking, is it okay that they have alcohol? At first, I thought they was joking. And then once I realized that person was serious because they was arguing with people, I said, oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to us, these are called independent living facilities, which is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. And usually, this is the population of people that we're trying to change their life.
Correct.
They've already been through all the rigmaroles and drug abuse and
alcohol abuse
and all of the bad things. We're trying to change their life and get them away from that. So why would we allow alcohol?
Right.
So rule number 1, no alcohol, no drugs. That's in my top 10 rules that we give y'all under our coaching.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of rules we have, but there's top 10 that are highlighted in bold writing.
Yeah.
The next one, I'm going to go through this whole thing and I'm going to let Shay hop in. The next one, Katara, because she said that she saw it. Katara, we don't allow company. I don't allow friends to come over. Mm-hmm. There is no company allowed under the way that we teach it. Yeah. Now, whether you think I'm a bad guy or a mean guy, that's kind of on you. But over the years, it's proved that when they bring company over, here comes the domestic violence, here comes the fights, here comes the theft. So when I set my rules in my place, I can't expect for his friends to follow my rules. Right. He's not under our program. So Katara, I jumped into it and I made a comment to a guy and he jumped all over me. I said, sir, we see this differently. I've been doing this a long time and I coach this in 41 states. This is what works for us. It also lessens the liability.
Yeah.
It lessens the reasons for a lawsuit from somebody that don't even live here. Now, watch this. Because my program is not a jail, that guy's got the right to come and knock on the door and ask for Tyrone, and you and Tyrone can go to the mall together, the baseball game together, go eat snow cones together. But y'all just can't come and kick your feet up on my coffee table and chill in my place. So my ILF program is not a hangout spot for you and your friends. My program is built to change the lives of these people. And watch this. I even gave an example because I'm in the game of real estate. Shay and I are in real estate, period.
Correct.
But this genre of real estate, these people trying to change their life. Yeah. Watch this. I got real estate right now where it's construction workers that go to work 7 days a week and get off at 6, 7 o'clock at night, and they come home and drink beer.
They like their cerveza.
That is not my program, though. That's a regular real estate play. Does that make sense, everybody? So because I'm giving it to Shay now because she's a lady. I'm a guy, so I want to see what Shay's thoughts is. I'm telling you guys, we tried it. I've been doing this a long time, y'all. Yeah. And I tried to give them that leniency. That brought problems.
Yeah.
That brought the domestic violence. That brought all the things that break my rules that my guys wouldn't even breaking the rules. It was his dadgum friend.
Ooh.
And last comment, I'm going to give it to Shay. Most of the problem with the people we house anyway is the company they keep. That's the problem in their whole life. They chose bad friends and surroundings. The devil is a liar that you're going to bring that to my place.
Yeah.
My place is guaranteed to be peaceful, right? Orderly,
safe.
And Tyrone and Jerome can't come as one of my clients' friends and break that up.
Yeah.
Now I'm done. Shay, hop in up.
So no, and it shouldn't be just you, right? Because there's a huge difference between an independent living facility and a boarding house or a rooming house. If that's what you want, go ahead and start a rooming house. Go ahead and get all of your things together and get, your approval from your city, your municipality, and start a rooming house, right? Because that's what this person thinks it is. This is not that. A rooming house landlord isn't going to get a phone call from a case manager or a social worker saying, hey, this is a client that needs, their next step in life. We're looking for a safe, supportive housing structure for them that we can come in and render services. Who am I to allow a social worker and a case manager to come in and render services when Nick is drunk dancing on top of the table and intervening or interfering with the support that's being offered to this other resident that's taken their sobriety and their reestablishment into the community seriously? So you've got, and people don't realize this, it's not jail, it's not a halfway house, it's none of that. What we're doing is we're setting, if you go anywhere, there are rules. When you go on your job, there are rules. There are things that you have to apply by in our society. There are rules, which are called laws. So if you don't abide by those rules or said laws, you can go to jail. So if you do not abide by my rules in my ILF, then you're not a suitable fit. And what people don't understand is our residents are given the option. They're not forced to say, yes, I want to reside at the Angela Denise Foundation, or I want to reside at Forston, at Second Chance Housing, because that is my rules are initiated day one during that assessment.
So they got the choice, you're saying?
They got the choice. I've had people say that they don't want to move in just because they can't have company. And it's okay. It's absolutely okay, because this housing model isn't for everybody. It's for the individual that really has a hard time reconnecting or getting themselves back into community, whether it's because of mental health diagnosis, whether it's because of a criminal background or whatever, substance abuse, all of those things. It can be a plethora of these things. Who am I to offer alcohol? And I'm laughing because I'm blown by this. And this is just the importance of understanding the population that you're going to serve in this space, right? If I offer alcohol in my ILF, and I know people are on trazodone, they're on all these different Suboxone or different medications. What am I doing? What am I doing? If you turn that prescription bottle around, it's going to tell you, do not consume alcoholic beverages. What am I doing? So the goal of this, guys, is not to bash anybody, but to educate and inform. Yeah. Right? You cannot make this there is structure that needs to take place. If you don't want the police running in and out of your ILF, if you don't want all sorts of different entities and agencies coming to your ILF, because they will report you. Elder affairs will come and shut you down. Everybody's talking about zoning. No, don't worry about zoning. What you need to be worried about is DCF, adult family services, all of those services that'll come and knock on your door because of mistreatment. And that's what people don't understand. The rules is what makes the stability of the house, that keeps the house stable, that keeps the individuals on their medications, that helps them to walk out, to be able to complete the process with case management, right? The reason why case managers and social workers love this model is because we provide for them a safe space to render services.
Man, y'all guys got this thing running like a tight ship. You guys got rules and all. I love this.
Correct. Sorry, because what most people don't realize is a lot of the mental health population kind of slip through the cracks because one, case managers, social workers cannot do the follow-up visits if they're living on the streets. Where they're going to find them at? There's no address. So what happens? That person becomes a consistent repeat visitor to the mental health hospital because some of them really want to change. Some of them really want the help, But if there is no housing or no stable housing for them, for that case manager or that after process that takes place to be implemented, what happens? Right? It's a vicious cycle. And in order for us to help combat homelessness, where we see that it's highly affecting those with mental health diagnoses, is that we've got to provide a stable and supportive space for them to be able to, one, have access to follow-up care, two, to be able to see consistency. And consistency comes with rules, right? Comes with guidelines, instruction. That's what's needed. So we're gonna knock it out of here.
Guys out of here. Thank y'all so if y'all didn't hear me, if y'all didn't hear me, we gone. Y'all be blessed. I don't know what's going on with our internet here in the area. A lot of building going on in our area too. But anyway, y'all be blessed. Join us 7 days a week at 7 p.m. Eastern. Saturday is the only day, y'all, where we go live at 10 a.m. But even tonight, I think, is at 7 p.m. still. So we'll see you guys. Be my friend on Facebook. I want to see 55 friend requests at Derek Forston. Find Shay at Shunye Shay Forston. We just call her Shay. We make it easy, but it's Shunye Shay Forston. And we'll see you guys. Be blessed.
God bless you.
If this is your first time ever joining us, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, I hope you're enjoying the content. But probably most importantly, I want you guys to text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. That's going to give you our introductory webinar that breaks all of this down. And it also gives you a call with someone on our team to answer every question you have before moving forward. Because remember, I don't want you to buy nothing before you have a clear understanding of what this is and how to operate it. So one more time, text only these two words, more info, to 407-326-0086, and you will get an immediate download. You click that, you put your name, email address, and phone number, instant download. After watching that webinar, which is about 55 minutes long, first of all, it's going to change your life. Second of all, make sure you book that call, and then you join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel right here at Forston Consultants, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go. Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. In fact, my masterclass that I taught, it was over 3 hours and 58 minutes. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. We'll see you there. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase more info to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
Hey, Derek, I just want to ask, what's the biggest benefit of independent living facility?
Well, in my opinion, the best form of real estate is shared housing. That's why we invented the independent living facility model, because we view it like this. Why get one house and rent to one income, right? A family usually, mom, dad, 3 kids. What the ILF model does, it allows you to take that same 4-bed, 2-bath home and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. That's the benefit of shared housing.
So what's the secret to being so successful in the ILF housing model?
The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives in the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just text more info, just those two words, more info, to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point.
David, I know you're not there yet, but remember I told you to act in faith, and while you're doing all the homework that I told you about earlier, always be looking for a property, whether that's on Zillow, Realtor.com, Facebook Marketplace, or word of mouth using your social media. Always be looking for a property, because you just never know when God's going to say, go, it's your time. Yeah, I remember that, but and you won't believe it, but I actually found the property, and it's in one of them HOAs. And see, David, I can tell already you haven't been listening, because that's one of my major rules, is that we never start an independent living facility in an HOA or a community association, because always in the fine print, it's going to say something about you can't run a business inside of here, and you can't not sublet, which is the entire model of what we do. Does that make sense? Dennis, would you happen to have a list of things that, you did wrong in the beginning when you first started your independent living facility? What kind of mistakes that you made? David, that's actually a great question, right? Even coming from you. I wrote a book that's entitled How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco. And in fact, David, it's the 12 dumbest mistakes that are ever made. And because I didn't want other people to make them, I put it in a book. So go to forstonconsultants.com. That's again, forstonconsultants.com, and check it out. That's where you can find all of our ebooks, all of our coaching, and more information about live events. Well, I'm going to just have to do that then, because that sounds like a good starting point to me. Dennis, I was watching one of your replays on your YouTube channel, over there at Forston Consultants, and you said something about paying us as an affiliate if we refer somebody to y'all and they get the coaching, you will pay me. What does that mean? David, do you listen or understand anything we talk about? And yes, that's true. We'll literally pay you for using your affiliate link, that if you drive somebody to us for the coaching and they get it, we pay you 40%. We started that last year. Not sure how long Derek could continue to do that, but David, get in now. Text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. Fill out the information and you're in. It's that easy. Wow, man. That's a heck of a deal, because basically you telling me if I refer somebody to you for your one-on-one coaching, you're going to give me 40% of that. In your professional opinion, since you trademarked the ILF, which is the best population, or probably which is the easiest population to serve when I want to get started with my ILF? Well, if you're asking me my personal opinion, I love the elderly adults and military veterans. They're super independent. They don't usually need much from you. And again, they're just easier. People that are more settled in life, meaning age-wise, they just typically are a little bit easier than your younger crew. But I always tell people also, right, choose your population by what your community is dictating. Where I live at in Orlando, Florida, it screams for military veterans and elderly adults. We just so happen